It's the weekend, and welcome to the Predictor League. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to what is going to be a huge weekend with loads of potential outcomes, loads of them, and I don't know where we're going to start. Let's start with Sweet Psycho becoming a new member. Thank you so much, bro. Hope you are well. Guys, get those likes up. Subscribe if you're new. You know the usual drill. And thank you. We're already at 25% towards the new PC fund. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right. Where do we kick off, man? It's been a busy week. See you guys.
One hell of a week, man. Leading a revolution. Maybe we start there.
Leading a revolution.
Forest, leading the revolution. That's a good question. Are me and Mo allowed to join this revolution? Are we not allowed in because we're top six? What's the rule?
You're not allowed in.
Oh, we're not allowed in.
That's
aren't. Why I'm not allowed in.
I mean, you are literally the founding fathers of corruption in the Premier League.
And that's why nothing will change, because you can't give up your petty rivalries to band together as a league and root out this PGMO corruption, as you say. I don't think it's corruption. I think it's just incompetence.
How's it not corruption?
I mean, your corruption theory is like triple, quadruple layered this season, man. Let's start with the baseline. You've got your top six corruption. You can fall back on this weekend. I'll probably back you up on that one with 115 charges.
Yep.
You've got the sleeper agent, Luton sleeper agent, infiltrate the PGMO to give them the result they wanted, even though they didn't get the late memo about what result they wanted because the Luton fans wanted a draw. And you've got the underlying corruption just generally against Nottingham Forest for buying a lot of players. That's another theory you put out there. And then, I don't know, you've got to come up with some other corruption theories of games.
Why do I need more corruption theories than that?
Because you need to explain the bad decisions you had.
All I have to say is Man City 115. Corruption, end of.
Yeah, but, okay, so
therefore,
what about...
I've set the precedent and given evidence to corruption. Therefore, corruption exists. Okay. Forest have had corruption in the past against Anderlecht, where the ref was bribed off. We've seen the head, Sepp Blatter, of UEFA, corruption. Brown envelopes when it came to doing the Qatar World Cup. And now we're seeing Barca with corruption allegations against referee. So precedent is set. The idea there's no corruption in football.
That's not proof of fact. That's proof of existence. Corruption exists.
Exactly.
And
that's my biggest thing that annoys me, right? In all this debate, right? Why does everyone, all these mainstream media pundits come out and say, we can't ever question the integrity of the officials when there is precedent for it? So by default, are you telling me that every single person who works for the PGLOL, who works for the Premier League, is not corruptible or has or could be corrupted? No, you can't. Yeah. No, you can't.
There's potential there, but that doesn't prove a fact. Just because corruption happens over here doesn't mean that automatically happens over here. Then.
That's my point.
All you do, you just say corruption, corruption, but you don't deep dive into it. So
yes,
you've got bad decisions against.
Did you not hear a word of what I just said?
No, I'm going into specifics here. So I say, okay, you had a bad decision, Bolly sent off against Bournemouth. You had a bad decision and not red card for Brighton. They're not top six. You can check the freaking referees. Were they Bournemouth fans? Were they Brighton fans? You freaking mold your argument based on
Nick, hold on. The one against Liverpool where he gave him back the ball. Are you gonna? Or are you a fan of Liverpool?
I'm saying that falls into your top six corruption category. I'm asking for the results and the bad decisions that happened against Bournemouth, against Brighton.
I haven't said every single one is corruption. Show me where I've said every single one's corruption.
So you're cherry picking the ones you said.
I'm not cherry picking. I'm picking the ones that have corruption. Allegations or
the Luton sleeper agent, that was corruption because he's a sleeper agent.
And there's proof of that. There's proof
he's a sleeper agent for Luton.
Correct. Because why is there no audio for the third goal?
Well, we don't know if there is now.
We do know. We don't know.
Look, I agree with you. That decision was terrible, but it doesn't just because something bad happens to you doesn't mean, I've got to jump 20 layers up to corruption, man. I'm bypassing incompetence. I'm bypassing the referee made a bad call. I'm bypassing the VAR made a bad call. I'm going straight to corruption, man. It's you just default to corruption without any meat on the bones of your argument, man. That's my point. And I agree with you. VAR has been terrible this season. We've had bad calls. Mo's had bad calls for Spurs. We've all had bad calls.
Really? He's had bad calls for Spurs. When?
Wait, go on, name the Liverpool one decision. Go on, name it.
Liverpool one. I'll name it.
Oh, we got one decision for Liverpool, and now we haven't got bad calls.
So what's your bad call? Go on.
Well, that's so many bad calls. What do you mean?
Go on, name one.
Name the team that's got the most touches in the opposition's box that's never had a penalty.
Name me one decision, and you've gone to name the team. You're answering a question. You're going all Nick here.
Nah.
I want one.
No, I can't like just off the top of my head. Just
okay. I could give you 15 off the top of my head.
Why are you arguing me like I'm not agreeing with you? I am actually with you. Look, before you started attacking me for some reason, I was with you on this, man.
I was just checking. All right, yeah, Spurs have been screwed.
Man.
All right. So what do you say?
I'm with you on this one, man. I think Forest have been screwed the most by all of this. Huh?
I agree. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm just not jumping to the corruption freaking bandwagon. I'm saying the PGMO need to be more transparent. There needs to be punishment for when they make a bad decision.
I feel like there's something.
The thing I think they need to do is
because seems to always be like, but I'm straight up, man. It's not even because of the channel, but Forest are getting a lot of bad decisions.
Yeah, they are.
The Liverpool one.
They're worse.
The Bowley one still annoys me now. That red card, I mention it all the time. That's the dumbest decision I've seen in the Premier League era. It's just so dumb but it still bugs me that much. And there've been some teams get screwed more than others, straight up. And Forest have been at the top of that list. I'm sorry. I'm with them on complaining about this stupid VAR crap this week. Someone's got to call it out. There'll be a Netflix documentary in like 15 years, and they'll be like, oh yeah, did you see that? That guy, he actually was a Luton fan, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, but now you sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it doesn't mean there's no truth to it. But I just think they've been screwed more. I mean, but Spurs have had a lot of bad decisions as well, but I wouldn't say it to the level of Forest. But to my point earlier, we've required the most touches. We've got like how many touches in the box? Like 200% more than any other team or something without a penalty in there. It's just ridiculous. Anyway.
See, and then you get dumbasses like this Jack Dre. Marinakis is the biggest cheat in the league. Broke financial rules, even silly rules as to where he's allowed to be. ... And he's crying corruption. Look at his past. It's all too much. Joke. STUF. Is that not meant to be STFU?
That's called a red herring, mate. What's that got to do with anything? Okay, if he is corrupt, what's it got to do with Forest being screwed over with corruption now? It's not related.
That's what I say. Might come up. They do it in rugby, and it's sorted out for them. They don't have any sort of like bad things to say about the referees. I think they do it in cricket as well, don't they? It would mic them up, man. You might not agree with what they're saying when they come into a decision, but at least you can understand the process. And that
you respect it more as well. The pressure that they're under.
They're just a closed shop, man. The PGMO are a closed shop. Every time there's a bad decision, like Stuart Shitwell instantly got to be the referee in the next game against Wolves on Wednesday, and then he got rewarded again by going to the Euros. How can you reward incompetence? I don't understand that. And corruption. I think miking them up, letting us hear them make the decisions, how they got to the decision, the communication between the referee and the VAR will just solve these issues out. But they're just not willing to do it, man. It just blows my mind.
Exactly. All right, let's get on with this because there's a lot to talk about still. So let's get into the Predictor League. Shall I make that a bit bigger? Can you all see it? Should we just take a moment to acknowledge Jurgen Klopp?
Yes. 100%.
With the chat, do you want to? Should we have a moment for Jurgen Klopp, who is now officially? They've talked about him being one of the all-time greats in the Premier League. This is a guy who's won as many Premier Leagues as Leicester. I think Ranieri has actually won more because he won. Did he win one the Chelsea? I think he did, didn't he?
Thank you. Yes.
So Ranieri is already better than him.
Yes.
So he's won. What's he won? He's won 2 Carabao Cups, 1 Champions League, and 1 and won Premier
Couple of
League.
FA
Yeah,
Cups,
with
couple of
asterisks
FA Cups.
against both of them.
Yeah.
Did they? I don't think they won the FA Cup. Did they win the FA Cup?
They
Chat?
have won the FA Cup. They won it. They had this streak of winning stuff by not scoring in any final, by basically just winning on penalties.
Yeah, penalties.
So they won a few cups on penalties.
The ones that actually matter, so the Champions League, that was against Spurs, where they cheated within 30 seconds by just whacking the ball against Sissoko's shoulder and getting a penalty, and that was the game over. And Kane was injured that game anyway, but he had to play. And then
corruptibly injured or actually injured.
Oh man! And then the other one was what was the other one? The Premier League, when it was COVID, there's no fans, start season, no one knew what was going on, season was going to be cancelled, all this asterisks at best.
And then they've bottled it. They've absolutely bottled it, worse than Arsenal did last season. From a quadruple to a Carling Cup, that's all they've got. And you have me to thank. You have Man United to thank. We started
Everton.
This. We took 4 points off them in the league, and we knocked them out of the FA Cup, dented their confidence, and then they go and lose to Palace and Everton. And freaking who did they lose to in Europa League?
Atalanta.
Embarrassing. Jurgen flop forever, man. And now
he knew. He absolutely knew that those players were coming to the end of their timeline. Like Salah, he started to lose it. You know, he lost Mane. Mane was obviously the biggest loss to them. I don't think anyone appreciated how well he played. Even Firmino, who wasn't the best player, but everyone sort of knew their role in that front three. That's why it works so well. These ones here are just sort of like either does something, or Nunes and Diaz are like decent, but they don't always have the end product.
Nunes is
I wouldn't even say Darwin Nunes is not even decent. Yeah, so I'll change.
Nunes is a gift that keeps on
Andy
giving.
Carroll V2. I've said it all along. Carroll V2, man.
They work hard. I'll give them. They work hard. They'll run.
I hate that.
It's the Werner line. But Werner's got
even going in on Salah this season, man. They even got to that level of cussing down Salah, man.
He's been crap. So we get on to the game: West Ham versus Liverpool.
Why are you going straight in here? I always forget to mention this every week that I've overtaken you on the table because I noticed you're not showing the table.
Should we show the table? You overtake
broken into the. I think it was top 20 at one point, but now I'm back. That's 24. But
table up. If the table
I'm still seeing that Ant is creeping his way back up again. He's
at the top. Is it still what's his name? Is he running away with it?
Let me have a look. I can't remember how to look at the leaderboard for so long. There you go. Yeah, that's done, man. He's got actually Richard could catch him.
No, Richard could catch him.
Ant's back into the top 10. I don't know.
If I recall, Richard is a Liverpool fan, and the top guy is a Crystal Palace fan.
Seriously.
I guess, and the third guy is an Arsenal fan. So I guess Forest fans just really don't know what they're talking about.
Call me Richard's a Forest fan.
He's the winning Forest fan. Let's put it that way.
How are we looking further down? Nick, you're down to 16th. Rip.
Down one.
You're down one place, man. You're there showing chest, and you're like 2 places ahead.
Last week it was green, so I wanted you to show it last week.
All right. Well, you weren't here last week. God, Mark Dennis was near the top 10 ages ago. Now he's flopped, Liverpool style. So many floppers, man. Look at this. Ez 43rd, embarrassing.
It's not easy to win this, mate. It's a lot of hard work to win something like this, man. It's no reigning champion, I can tell you that. It's hard to win back to back. I mean, I've done respectable to get what? I'd say this is Champions League spot. I'm in definitely 15.
How's that Champions League spot, man?
Because it's like 200 people, man. You got to work out as a percentage.
All right, so let's get on with this then. Are Liverpool fully flopping, or will they get something against West Ham, who are fully on the beach? What do you guys in the chat think? Make sure you've hit that like button. I can't be bothered to keep asking. Thank you. What are you saying?
Mission accomplished for me. They're out the title race. I don't really care what they do from here.
But are they out the title race?
Yeah, they are, man. Come on. Maybe if it was just one team, but it's two teams where they need a defeat. Both teams not going to lose or draw. I just can't see it, man. They're out of the title race. Klopp's even said it in his press conference today. So he's basically thrown in the towel. So the best they can do now is lock in third. I mean, it'd be embarrassing if Villa snuck up on them and took them, but I can't see it happening. I don't know. West Ham were dreadful against Palace. I'm leaning towards a draw in this one.
I was the same. I was going to say the same thing. I just feel like Liverpool are going to be on a bit of a downer. This always commonly happens, you know. You get that one loss just when you're about to win the league or you're about to get top 4, and then you just completely bottle it. The way that Van Dijk was talking after the interview was as if like he knows that the dressing room's gone. Everyone knows Klopp's going. People seem
now
there's a bit of disarray inside the dressing room.
Yeah, now everyone's thinking about themselves if they're going to leave with Klopp as well. Van
You lot are talking such smiles today, man.
There's just the way it really did say it right there. It was like you just lost. You just lost, to, you know, a local derby and possibly the title, and now you're complaining about playing at Saturday at 12:30. Just shut up, man. Just get on with it and play.
Everton as well, man. It's embarrassing. When was the last time they won the Merseyside derby, man? And that's how
2010, Arteta.
Crumble. So it's been 13 years, 14
Yeah, and they decided to do it the year where Forest are up against Everton. So thanks for that, Liverpool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to cashing in all the receipts of all those. Oh, Darwin Núñez cheat goal against Forest. We're going to win the league. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Everton Fan TV is going for Liverpool. Interesting. I think I am going to go for Liverpool. I think West Ham are so beached right now. I think I'm going to go Liverpool. Freaking Glasner, man. Glasner FC right now with his triple wins against Fulham away.
Beach, though, man. They've got the freaking towels out and everything, surely, here. I mean, Fulham, they can't get Europe, can they? Looking at the table, no. Palace definitely can't. So this is ultimate beach affair, man. But Glasner's line, man. Elise and Eze both fit, man. Just think how their season would have gone if they had both them fit for the whole season.
Forget them two, man. It's all about tucked in, Mateta. Once he's tucked that shirt in, it's game over.
What is he thinking with this? Is he trying to patent it? Is like his freaking stand out or something?
No, Rodri does it again. Does it, but you don't notice it because Mateta absolutely claps when he cooks, man. When he puts this in,
he must
so tucked in, man. Makes him play better.
He must be retucking himself because he's got to come loose when he's just running around. So every 5 minutes, he must be retucking that shirt in, man.
How can anyone play with a tucked t-shirt in football? I remember even back in the day in school when we done tuck your shirt and the teacher would be like, tuck your shirt back in. Yeah. You just slyly pretend you're tucking it back in. No one plays with a tucked in t-shirt, man. It just gives me some pure OCD, man.
He's trying to patent it, man, as his thing, so he stands out, but he's just not good enough to have a thing like that. So
I don't know. He's pretty hard right now.
What are you talking about, man? He's on pure form. He's scoring this weekend, and they're going to win 2-1.
Yeah, he scored 8 goals.
That goal was absolutely delightful. That goal the other day they scored was absolutely delightful. There's 1-2 interchanges, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, but the question is, is it Glasner or is it because Eze and Elise are finally on the pitch together?
I think it's a bit of both, man. I mean, this Glasner guy, you got to be regretting not getting him because he was number 1 on your shortlist to go to Forest, and then you couldn't agree terms because he wanted a bit more control over transfers or something that I read this week. So he missed out on that one.
He was my pick, but I don't know. Let me ask the chat. Would you rather have Glasner or Nuno? Put a G or an N in the chat. And let's see what the chat is saying very quickly. Can't wait to see this bloody PC spec sheet. 2K could buy 1.5 shit hot PC. Well, it's actually specking up at about 2.3K. I can show the spec if you want.
Yeah, I don't think this guy has ever bought a PC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what PC have you bought, man? Poundland one. Fulham 1-1. Should have got Glasner. Nuno has crumbled, says Muhammad. Glasner top coached. Why didn't we go in for him? We did. We had an agreement with him, but apparently, if you believe the rumors, then he wanted a bit more control on the transfer market. Oh my God, man. Everyone's going, G's. Spare my G's right here. Simon's staying loyal to Nuno. Good for you, Si.
What are you saying?
Me?
Yeah.
Ask me at the end of the season.
Fair enough. Sitting on the fence.
Yes, please. All right, bro. I mean, I can share it with you right now if you want. They're all saying Guardiola. It's all G. It's all G. I don't know who wins this. I think this is a draw. I'm gonna go 1-1. Let's move on to one of the most important matches of the weekend, though.
Oh,
I don't trust
him.
I don't trust him. I don't
Are you
trust
a
him.
Man U fan?
Burnley, man. They've come from nowhere, been written off all season, and now they've got a fixture against Man U. You're all getting worried that they're back in this relegation fight.
Okay.
No, I'm just worried that Man U are so crap. That's my worry here.
But I can promise you nothing. I guarantee you nothing other than the fact that we'll give them plenty of chances. We'll give them a goal from a mistake. And if Rashford plays, we'll probably lose. So, look, I'm offering you nothing here other than the fact that we beat Sheffield 4-2. We actually played decent against Sheffield, to be fair. We actually dominated the game.
It's Sheffield. Don't even try and sugarcoat it.
It is Sheffield, but it was just Coventry, and it was just Brentford, and it was just Bournemouth the previous weeks, and we played a lot worse than them games. So I've got to take every positive I can from that game. And we scored 4 goals, which we don't do very often either. So Burnley are a different opposition now. I mean, apparently they play this beautiful football, so maybe they'll come to Old Trafford and show us some of this beautiful football. But obviously they've got a bit of belief. But
is it a derby match? Is it a derby match?
Nah, it's not tagged as a derby match. Definitely not. I mean, they've got a bit of belief, but they have to win minimum one of these 3 games. Well, they got Newcastle, Oz, and Spurs.
And then Forest.
I mean, realistically, I don't even think 1 win would be enough. Like, they kind of need to get minimum 4 points, I'd say, out of them 3 games. But they went at Old Trafford, and they're fully back in the equation. So you need us to win for once. So surely you're putting us down for a win. I can guarantee nothing other than there's going to be goals because pretty entertaining games we have lately. So I'm going to go 3-2.
Burnley, I'm not sure if they're in it or not. That's my issue here, right? Because if you look at the league, they're 3 points behind Forest. Yeah. They would have to win. They're on 23 points. Yeah. I think 30 is the mark right now. They would need 3 wins out of 4.
Their target right now is just make it go to that final game, isn't it? That's all.
Yeah, but I don't think that's enough because if we do beat Sheffield, let's just for a minute pretend that Forest can beat Sheffield. That puts us on 29. Even if they won a game, even if they were 3 points behind going into that final game, our goal difference is so superior on them.
I'm saying,
I mean, I don't want to say this loud because if I said the word Stoke, everyone will know what I'm talking about when Forest blew goal differences.
Yeah, but you can't blow that much. I'm saying they need 4 points. Burnley need 4 points from Man U, Newcastle, Spurs. If they get 4 points, they'll go to the last game. I'm pretty sure on that. So,
yeah, but it could go to the last game between Forest and Luton and a crazy goal swing for Burnley and Forest. But I can't see that.
Look at their form though, man. They've only lost 1 in the last 7. They've drawn 4 out of them.
But I can't see it, man. Just the fact that they're playing Man U and Spurs away.
And Newcastle at home, yeah.
I think Spurs will beat them comfortably.
Newcastle.
Man U will probably just about trickle it over the line. And Newcastle's tough. Newcastle are rubbish away, though. That's the only thing.
They're crap at the moment, Newcastle. Yeah, I know what you're saying, George. But look, the goal difference right now, Forest are minus 18, Luton 28, and Burnley 32. As long as Forest don't get tonked by more than, say, 4, there's no chance the goal difference is close enough for Burnley, especially. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think goal difference comes into it. Look, the bottom line is, this all comes down to one man and one man only. Nick D. Marco. That's it. End of. He gets Forest 2 points back. I'm celebrating.
That decision's been made, man. That answer is on an envelope somewhere.
I know, man. Someone knows that. I just hope it's in a brown envelope.
Someone knows how many points Forest are getting back or getting added on. Worst case scenario.
I'll tell you. I know nothing.
That's what I think. That's my prediction.
There's absolutely no way that they're going to add that controversy to the league.
They have to.
34 games played.
Controversy because they get points back to Everton, but I just think to stay
but they did it with like enough time for others to know about it and do something about it.
It's still a month.
Yeah, but it's 4 games. If Forest get 2 points now, they're basically staying up. It basically relegates Luton.
My theory, if you're not getting any points back, is basically they give Everton 6. You get 4 because you said sorry when you freaking accepted it. So you get 4. Minimum was 4 you can get for the punishment. So
it's not. It's
no
not.
wiggle room.
It's not. That's not true because Everton only got 2 for their second one.
Yeah, but that's a different one. That's the second one. So they've made a precedent where if you get a second one, then you get two. So if Forest got another one and didn't get two, then you can make that argument.
I don't know. It's again corruption. There's no things there. Look, I'm gonna put Man U to win. I got zero faith in your lot. You look.
Hey, why was Stuart Atwell as part of that review team?
Yeah, where is Stuart Atwell this week? Can anyone know where Crackwell is?
Yeah, chat. Find out where Twatwell is. Okay. And then this one, I really want Sheffield to win, man. I really want them to. This is it. This is their swan song. If they lose to Newcastle, they've got the R. And we're playing them next weekend, and nothing would give me greater pleasure than putting that R by their name.
They're getting Tottenham, man. Newcastle at home are good, man. They're not gonna. Got absolutely no chance. If this was away, maybe they'll get a draw or something. But I might even go like 4-0 or something, honest.
That's the thing, man. If Man U can beat them 4-2 at home, then Newcastle can definitely beat them more than that. So, unfortunately, you're not going to get that final hammer in the coffin, nail in the coffin, sending them down and giving them the R. But at least you get to beat them next week, hopefully.
We better do, man. I got no confidence. Simon's saying 4-1. Warren's saying, do we need to be worried now? Everton have won 2 games in less than a week, 7 points adrift. Yeah, we are in a mini league. I wouldn't add Sheffield in there, man. No chance at all. Sheffield are done. Sheffield are relegated this weekend, and that pains me. That pains me. We miss it by 1 week. We really do. Are you serious? He's reffing Fulham Palace.
Why did you say it like that?
I'm just surprised they've let him onto a football pitch, which further proves corruption.
You said it like it had massive impact on the league, man. So
of course it does. Of course it does. We'll be welcoming Fulham or Palace into the fold come 5 p.m. So yeah, it's a joke. The Newcastle are going to tonk them. It's going to break my heart. I just want them just to do something to not be relegated come Saturday. That's all I'm asking, Sheffield. That's all I'm asking.
What about the other thing we was looking at? Got the goal difference. Can you hammer that home?
If we beat, so they're on minus 59. I think the record's minus 69. So if Newcastle chunk, we could have that as a secondary story. So if Newcastle chunk them by 6 or 7, we'll just have to beat them 4 or 5-0, and then they'll break Derby's record. Interesting.
Sounds doable.
Interesting. Okay, but that's a pointless match anyway. This one is more important than the Forest match. I'm going to say it now.
I mean, we said it last week.
This is huge, man. Wolves are on a mud streak, man. Absolute mud streak. And look at Luton. The one time you need those idiots boring mouth to just hold on to a lead, and they couldn't do it. They beat Wolves and stuff, and they go and have to mess up like a bunch of donkeys, man. That was it. That was the season. That was the season. If they held 1-0, that was it. Game over. Bye-bye. Easy Jet FC. Go back to your airport, and no one cares about you ever again.
Why are you holding on to that one result so much? What about the other wins and draws they got? They drew to Liverpool, man. Why you ever go to Liverpool or freaking
Liverpool? Under Jurgen Klopp? I'm not.
They beat Brighton like 4-0 or something, didn't they?
Yeah, but I'm talking in their recent results, man. I'm saying if that W was an L, they're on easy jet, man. Off they go.
I don't know where Luton are right now, man. It's all about the pluck level. What's their pluck level at still? Because
shut up.
Look, you say they got the best results possible last weekend. I'm not sure they did, and Luton didn't agree with you. But
I mean, then you're an idiot if you think that. You're an absolute idiot.
How can this is the funniest thing, yeah? Forest fans think they know what's best for Luton. They're telling them what their best result was, but they're also in the same phrase by doing that. They're saying it's pretty self-deprecating. They're basically saying, "Hang on, you don't need Everton in this. You don't need it to be a 3-horse race or relegation. We're crap enough that you can catch us on our own. You don't need Everton."
So what you are saying, Nick, is right now you think the table would read better if it said Forest 27 points and Everton 31 points, with Luton being on 25.
Well, you give so Everton guaranteed we're going to win against Liverpool.
Is that what I just asked you? Is that what I just asked you?
Well, that's what you just said.
Yeah.
So
answer the question. Is it better now for Luton?
You go on about butterfly effect all the time. So you're giving them the Liverpool win, even though you changed the result as a draw.
They've had the Liverpool win, and Twatwell gave them the Forest win. Okay. So right now, are you saying Luton would prefer to be 1 point behind Forest and 7 points behind Everton? Or do you think they'd prefer to be 2 points behind Forest? Sorry, how many points are they behind? 8 points behind Everton now.
I don't know what you're saying because it's the stupidest point in the world. If you're going to go back, we go back before the Liverpool game and say that frickin' Forest would have been 2 points clearing with a draw, and then Everton would have been within, 3 points? And then they've got Everton coming up. If they beat them, they've been level on points, below them on goal difference, and a point ahead of you. I can't believe you can't comprehend the fact that having three people in a horse race is better for Luton than having two. All their eggs are now in the Forest basket. What if you go beat Man City and go beat Sheffield United, and then it's maybe we should have gone for draw for Everton. Everton might have still been in it. They might have gone to played Liverpool and lost after they drew.
Let me ask Mo, what was the best result for Everton for EasyJet FC?
In which game, sorry?
Forest Everton game.
Forest Everton.
All the Luton fans are saying they wanted a draw. Yeah?
All the Luton fans are obviously saying it because they've got their freaking boy that they're trying to back, man, and escalate up like he's the greatest ref in the world.
I'd say Everton win. Is that the right answer?
That is the right answer. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're on form today. I'll give you that.
I've got no clue what's going on here. He's just agreeing with me.
No, I actually didn't hear what he said. I'd say Everton win because they were already far ahead anyway. So I'd rather one horse race than two.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'd rather be closer to one than a little bit close to two.
Exactly. Would you rather be, Nick, 1 point away from coming out of the relegation zone or 2 points away? It's as simple as that. That's the bottom line.
I mean, you can't even comprehend in your small brain that having three people in a relegation fight can have its advantage. I'm not saying for 100% sure draw is the best result because you don't know the future. I don't know the future. No one knows what the best result is. We'll know at the end of the season. But for when that point in time happened, you did not know for 100% security that Everton were going to beat Liverpool. No one did.
I am saying, and I don't know why you can't comprehend it in your even smaller brain, that I would rather be 1 point from safety than 2 points from safety. Because last time I checked, 3 teams will still get relegated.
Okay, that's what you wanted. But the people that were actually in the position, Luton...
Do you think Luton fans even know what football looks like?
No, I'm not
Do you think they can count? Do you think they've counted beyond 25 in their lives before, right? The only thing Luton fans know how to do is this, signaling airplanes. That's all they know how to do, man. That's it. They have no clue about football. They have a football stadium that is in someone's back garden. Yeah. And you're going to...
Whoops.
Hello.
I think he...
That's probably Twatwell. That's probably Twatwell messing my computer up again.
Anyway. I'm not saying it's 100% one way or the other. All I'm saying is quite funny how Forest fans were telling Luton fans how to think and basically saying we're so crap you don't need Everton in the equation. But let's move on.
Exactly. Well, what are you putting here? This is your freaking BFF, Gary O'Neill. He's on a terrible run.
Another dodgy decision to add to the list. He's
by Twatwell.
He's not ahead of Forest, but he's definitely running you definitely second place in the dodgy decisions this season. So I don't know. They've still got injury concerns. I just don't know what Luton are going to come out, man. I mean, that game, you watched it against freaking Brentford. They got absolutely destroyed, man. And that was Brentford. So if Wolves play their best game, they can easily win this game. But all depends on the pluck. We'll see. I'm going 1-0.
And we will have the watch along for this epic game, Wolves Luton. I can't wait. Warren, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you putting towards the funds. You've already done more than enough for this channel, Warren. You're an absolute legend. Luton Airport traffic control ruined you there, Wolf. Yeah, it did. Mo, what are you saying on this game?
I just feel like going to draw is too safe and boring. I'm just going to go Wolves. I just got a feeling.
You go the team I want you to go.
Really? Yeah, it usually doesn't work out, man. Probably just relegated you, but no. Yeah, Twist is right. They got injuries, they got this, but I don't know. Hwang Hee-chan's back.
Neto's close, but not close enough, apparently.
I don't know. I just fancy Hwang to get a couple of goals. And I don't know. I just got him. I don't know what it is. I feel like Wolves are due one. Look at that. They need a green on that list at some point. That first green's about to disappear, so they need a fresh one. Let's go with that.
I'm gonna get 3-1, but I got a feeling it's a draw, man. I don't know. I'm worried about this weekend.
Draw feels very safe. Yeah.
All right, this is now a pointless game, but just quick scores on it.
I think Brentford. Yeah, I mean they did that without Tony last week.
Kuna is playing, James. Sorry, go on. Then.
Yeah, I'm keep it simple. I think Brentford will win this, man. They're looking good form, and Tony's coming back. I think Everton are still not a good. I mean, we talk about the Forest Everton game, and Forest were bad, but Everton were nothing great, man. There was nothing really there. 2 dribbler shots. They just defend. I'm not impressed by Everton, so I'm putting Brentford to win it.
I don't know on this one. Let me just. I gotta give a shout out for the £2 from my boy Warren. Thank you so much, Warren. I don't have any flashy graphics on this one, but you have my deep, heartly voice to say thank you for it. So thank you so much for the £2, bro. Mo, what are you saying for this Everton Brentford one?
No, I just really like that pattern on Brentford's.
It's pretty neat and tidy.
It's very neat, man. Very neat. Anything that happens now is going to ruin it. What would least ruin it?
No, it would be a win would be perfect because then you could say they've gone 3 draws, 3 wins.
L would be perfect though if you can expand out the pattern.
L would balance it. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. Look at Everton's pattern. I'm
going to be boring. Yeah, so Everton are on a bit of a high. Brentford are playing well. Everton are at home though. Always gives me another 20% reason to go for the other team. I'm going to go for a draw on this one.
I think I'm going to go 1-0 Brentford. 1-0 Brentford. Okay, Villa versus Flopsky.
I need Chelsea to win this, man.
I need Chelsea to lose this. I need Chelsea to lose.
He's still got belief, man. That's nice. He's still got a little belief there.
I mean, it's more like desperation than belief, but I need Chelsea to do something here. They've been on so-called decent form recently, but
it's all about one man.
I don't know about
Palmer.
I'm hoping that Arsenal one was just a blip in the system.
Yeah, it's called Palmer playing.
Back.
Yeah, exactly. Palmer's back from his cold. But I don't know whether or not I'm going to predict that Chelsea win. I doubt it. I need them to win, but I might just have to go. I don't know. Can you really? I can't go against Villa right now. Difficult. I'm too good form. I'm gonna predict Villa, but I just really, really want a Chelsea win. That's all I can say.
Who they just beaten? They beat Arsenal and they beat Bournemouth.
They just lost. They just got tonked 5-0 to Arsenal. They have to have a reaction.
I don't really care. I mean, can Chelsea catch Man U? Maybe. They got a couple of game in hand.
I don't want them to catch you, man. I don't want them to catch you.
You don't want them to catch us?
No.
What's your philosophy here?
This is what this season has done to me.
Wait, what's your beef with Chelsea now?
That we're playing them.
Oh,
I need them on the beach.
Oh, you need them on the beach.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you're leaning towards a high score draw here, man. Palmer's going to get a couple of goals. He's going to try. He wants the golden boot, doesn't he? Obviously, the fact that he
really does.
His bedroom, so he's going to want as many goals.
Well, he didn't. It's his penalty to have.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. But
he looks like the most mardy little shit I've ever seen, man. Even in his interview. Yeah.
He looked pretty dumb, I'll give you that. But
what are you
I'm going high score draw, man. 2-2. 2 Palmer goals.
I can see it being a draw. And as Nikki says, there's actually 253 across the platform, 115 watching on YouTube, and 35 likes, guys. Get those likes up. It takes a second and it's free. Hit that like button. All right, I'm probably going to join you, Nick, like a 2-2 draw on that one.
Chelsea.
I have no interest in this one at all.
No,
I'm just going to go 2-1. Anyone interested in talking any further on this pointless match? This is the beach derby, isn't it? Literally.
Not interested in either of these teams. Move on.
And then we come on. Like, come
Literal,
on.
it's a literal beach derby, right?
It is literally a beach derby, yeah.
In every way possible. Yeah.
Mo, this one's yours.
This is a beach derby as well. I don't care about this one.
Wait,
I don't know,
do you
man.
want
I
to
don't know.
stop Arsenal winning the league or not?
I don't know if I'm on a downer or I've got hope or I don't know. And we haven't played in so long. But then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. You know what it is? I just know that if I build up any hope, I'm about to get gut punched like 3 or 4 times in a row. All of these Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool games coming up. It's just going to be a waste of time to build up any hope. But playing Arsenal, they're going for the league, man. This would be the equivalent of what Everton just did. This would make my season. Even if we don't make top 4, but we stop Arsenal winning the league and just hand it on a platter to Man City, I'd say my season's pretty much done. As long as we don't get Conference League Europa, as in the green one. I'll leave that to you, Twist, man. I don't want to be dealing with those matches. Conference is just
I think
disgusting.
the question I've got, and let me ask this to the chat. What result do we want? Because we're playing straight after the full-time whistle here. Do we want Man City to feel relaxed because Spurs have won and there's a cushion? Or do we want Arsenal to win so that Man City are feeling under pressure? I don't know which is the better for. Or does it matter?
I don't think it matters with Man City, man. They're just in robot mode. They're just kicked into gear, man. I don't think it really affects them what everyone else does.
You know when De Bruyne scores a diving header, they've gone into robot mode, man. Just always find a way to score.
But again, they have to get dodgy decisions, man. We talk about freaking corruption, but I mean, they would have beat Brighton either way. But why did they have to give him a free kick that was for a slip and give him a penalty, not give him a penalty for Brighton? So
corruption,
mate. Corrupt must be default answer. Corruption.
It's just good that this is at home. Their fans are going to be way up for it, just simply to spoil the party. Pedro Porro is back. Adogi's out for the season. See, whenever we miss both of these players, we usually end up playing terribly because the whole system relies around these wing backs, and then Werner and Johnson ahead of them. So at least Porro is back. Is one positive. Richarlison apparently is back to be on the bench. It's just a North London derby. You never know, man. I think we could definitely sneak a draw for sure. I don't think we'll win. I think we can ruin the party a bit with a draw.
What does a draw do to it? Does a draw screw
a draw will be enough for me. A draw is enough because it puts them. Because then if Man City win, they'll be legit first. Legit first with a game in hand, sorry, as well. So.
Why would your main ambition, Mo, Nicky's asking, it be to stop Spurs instead of trying to reach Europe? I guess if you ask the same question to Forest fans, let's say, let's live in a parallel weird universe. Derby are playing Forest. Yeah, but no, it doesn't work like that, Nicky. Hold on, because if Spurs win, they still can get top 4. Yeah?
That's the thing.
Yeah, but then the question goes to, what do you do when you play Man City?
Yeah, but by then, that's a good question. And we'll talk about that next question.
Not this one. This one obviously you want to win.
You'll have to tune into the next Predictor League, but we'll see how I feel then.
If I was a Spurs fan, I'd already given up on top 4. I mean, you're 6 points behind with the worst goal difference, and you've got to play Arsenal, Man City. And
Why though? Why? It's 6 points, 2 games in hand.
And Wolves.
I mean, we probably won't beat Arsenal, but if we somehow beat them tomorrow, North London derby, you never know, man. We might sneak an early goal.
They have got 2 games in hand. They didn't clock that, to be fair.
Yeah. But we're not really good. I mean, I think we've got is it Burnley and Sheffield United at some point still left to play?
Yeah, you got Liverpool still as well, haven't you?
Yeah, got Liverpool as well. But Liverpool hopefully on a downer by then. That's the other thing that gave me a little bit of hope. Maybe Liverpool on a downer. Obviously, it's asked the question. I mean, obviously, I want to get top 4. It's just.
Wait, would you take top 4 and Arsenal winning the league, or Europa and Arsenal not to win the league?
I'm going to take Europa, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take Europa.
Nick, what would you do? Top 4 and Liverpool to win the league.
We've had top four so many times, nothing's come of it. At least I can say that Arsenal didn't win the league.
I'm in the same boat, 100% in the same boat. We wouldn't win the Champions League next season. I'd rather be finish fifth and get Europa and Liverpool not win their 21st
The problem
title.
is that obviously when you go into the Champions League and then attract new players, you get more money, all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit of a stupid answer, really. But
let me ask the Forest fans in the chat: would you rather Derby win the league and Forest finish Europa, or Derby don't win the league and Derby win the league, sorry, and we get Champions League?
The absolute ideal
Europa anyway, man. Derby
the ideal scenario would have been that top five was Champions League.
Oh, wait, let me spin. Hold on, I've got a better Forest question here, right? Would you rather say Derby by some miracle were in the Premier League, right? Would you rather Forest finished in Europe and Derby stayed up, or Forest just were on the beach and Derby got relegated? That's probably the better question.
Gotta be beach relegated one, surely.
But Forest could do it Europe. What would I say?
What year did you say? Europa League or Conference?
Any Europe.
So they say conference then.
So Forest get Europe, but Derby stay up, yeah? Or Forest finish on the beach and Derby go down.
I mean, that's a personal thing. How much of a rival you got with Derby? I don't know how deep down you really care about Derby. Man.
Deep. I would rather Derby get relegated because I hate Derby matches, as in the Derby matches. I hate them, man. I hate them.
I'd say you hate Sheffield United more than you hate Derby, there.
Well, because Derby are irrelevant right now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But okay. Let me make this question. Okay, this is the hardest question, right? So Forest back in the Championship. Not that hopefully we're going back there. Forest to get promoted to the Premier League, but Derby to stay up, or Forest to lose in the playoff final and Derby go down. That's probably more of the question.
That's got to be the first one, man. You got to go for the promotion on that one, because at least then you can affect them going down the next season.
Yeah, promotion I would want, man. I think I'd choose that one. And Everton Mike's just sent me a picture of a beach. So Everton Mike, enjoy. Okay, anyway, so where are you going here, Mo? Spurs, Arsenal.
Look, I'm going to go 2-2, but just really? I know in the 94th minute this will be my face line.
I just can never remember what
Spurs as they just crash one in from a corner or something stupid late.
I feel like Spurs just never played this season. I feel like I can never remember what they've done because there's such a gap between their games, and they just lost 4-0 to Newcastle. What the hell? I can't even remember that.
Don't worry, we've got like 4 games all in quick succession now.
I'm going Arsenal, man. They look pretty good the other night against Chelsea. I can't see them not going there and winning.
Derby form goes out the window. I think it's a draw, but I'm going to go Arsenal. I think.
Why?
I just feel that they need to put some pressure on Man City for the big game. I mean, I'll be honest with you, right? I don't care if Forest lose this one as long as Wolves beat Luton. That's my stance on this right now.
Yeah. That'd be a great weekend if that happens.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. The key game for me is that Wolves, and Dave, if you're watching, sort it out. Wolves have to beat Luton. And obviously Manchester United have to get a couple of brown envelope penalties. That would be ideal. Yeah. And this would make this game irrelevant to me because we've got Sheffield next week. Anything out of this game would then be the classic free hit cliche line. But it's not a free hit if Luton gets something out of the Wolves game. If Luton got a draw out the Wolves game, I'd still think okay. And the other key thing for this is if Man City do win, no tonking.
Yeah,
that's where I am. I don't know if the Forest fans will agree with me on that. However, having said all that, I've just got a funny feeling about this game. I've had it for 4 weeks.
For a while. To be fair, you've been saying it for a while. I mean, you've had funny feelings about a load of other games. And
that's true as well.
Every game.
For me, 2 key words for this game: low block, bus, wanker. And you've got to low block the hell out of it. You said this Christmas tree formation today. I like the look of that, but what I'd do is go one step further, push another one in the centre back, go a 5-3-1-1. I'd slap a Langer up top for your pace, MG Dub in the hole, and just low block them, men. Do what Real Madrid did. Do what we did, but badly. Do what Arsenal did at the Etihad. Get penned in, like the commentators saying, get penned in by Man City. Do that. And then have Alango up top, ready to counter-attack. And hopefully...
Alango's useless, man. He's useless.
He's useless except for his pace. And I feel like Chris Woods, he's on a
I
bit
might as well
of
get Linford Christie on the pitch then. What's the difference?
Nah, because I feel like that's your only real chance in it. If you can defend right, you get the three in the middle right, you can keep them from just having long shots. Don't let them pass their way into the box like they did against Brighton. Don't pass it out from the back like Brighton did and give away a goal. Just play low block, punt it football. Let yourself get penned in. Limit them to long shots. Get to half time, 0-0, and you just never know. You can maybe get a point out of this. And a point would be a fantastic result, man. You can't deny.
A point is a win here. A point is a win.
Not if Luton beat Wolves.
It's still a fantastic result, man. You don't like the phrase a free swing, but this is literally the definition of a free swing, man. Even if it is at the City ground, I still think you've got to...
I agree with everything Twist said, except for I would say, while it's 0-0, play a little bit. If they then score, especially early, then just box in.
Yeah, you can play a little bit. I mean, you said about Tavares and Einar as the wing backs. If you play a back five, you give them a bit more, even a bit more.
No back five. No back five, man.
Man,
City are used to back fives against them week in, week out, man. You're playing into their hands.
I would say play them while it's 0-0, man. Play them. You never know. Maybe they're just having an off day. Maybe they don't show up. Maybe they're put up by the crowd. Maybe you sneak a goal. You never know. But then if they score and then you can tell that they're in this robot mode, then just get the tents out, get the buses out, camp out, and just damage limitation at that point, because you don't want your goal difference to suffer too much. You know, if it's 3 or below, I think that's fine. But you might as well have a cheeky go at the start, I'd say.
I don't know. Nicky's saying you're talking sense, Nick. It must be the name thing.
You say don't play a back five, but Real Madrid basically played a back five.
Yeah, and they didn't beat them. They didn't beat them, did they? They drew with them.
But they got a point. They got a draw.
What did Forest do last season when Wood got that goal? Was it just all low block?
Of course it was low block. It was Cooper, man.
He scored that worldy goal of like
22 touches. Yeah, 22 passes. Yeah. I don't know. No. I've got a feeling about this game, but as it gets closer, the feeling starts to fade a little. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't know, man. I'm saying 5-2 still.
5-2 to Forest. Great result that'd be, man. So a bit of goal difference.
Imagine we beat them 5-2. We would blow this league wide open. Do you understand what a favor would be doing to the world if we beat them 5-2 and blew this 115 corruption right up?
I mean, to be fair, I want them to win the league, but
I've got 3-1. 3-1 City for me.
I'm going 2-0.
I'm going 5-2.
5-2, actually putting it in, man.
Now, my point here is everyone's expecting Forest to lose, yes? Apart from maybe me, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you're going to lose, man, just either he's got to rest some players ready for the Sheffield game. The Sheffield game is the be-all and end-all, yeah?
Yeah.
He's either got to rest some players for the Sheffield game or he's got to have a go at this.
You're talking about rest players, man. You got a game every week. You don't need to rest players. Come on.
You'd be surprised, man. Some of these players, Einar can't get through half an hour without tanking, man. I'm going 5-2. I'm going 5-2. He was right about Everton and the Fulham games. We're gonna, I'm always right. It'll be 5-2, and it'll be Yates will score a hat trick, and then you got a late midweek game, Mo.
Against Chelsea.
Back again,
man. I wasn't even expecting this match, to be honest. It really depends on what we do against on the weekend.
Yeah. I think you could win this one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We're terrible at the bridge. Actually, this is where we usually crumble. Usually where we crumble. Funnily enough, it happened at home last time. I mean, the reverse picture of this was where our season fell apart. If you recall, with the 2 red cards, 3 injuries.
Which season? There's been so many that have fallen apart, man. I can't.
Yeah, but it's this one. I was saying we were going to be in the race for the title, man. I wasn't even joking.
What, is it the Leicester year? Was it the Leicester year?
I'm talking about this year.
This year.
This season, the reverse fixture.
when he
You know, where Romero got sent off for when he got the ball.
Oh, they tongued you 4-0 or something, didn't they?
And then
the worst
Jackson
hat
scored,
trick
like,
I've ever seen from Sorry Miss Jackson.
and 2 yards out, and then we played that high line like over the halfway line the entire thing.
Yeah, it's coming back to me. It's
9
coming
men
back.
and all that stuff, but everything fell apart. Madison, I think, got injured as well. So that was the start of the end of our season. That, unfortunately, and that was at home. Usually, that kind of thing happens at Stamford Bridge. I don't know what it is, some sort of virus for Spurs. So that's what's putting me off putting a win here. Chelsea are just like under Poch are just so funny, man. But Palmer's back.
They're a one-man team. Enzo Fernandez out for the season, so they got another nice injury there. I mean, it all depends on Palmer if he shows up on the day. So I'm going to go for a cheap Spurs winners.
If we're still in the race for top 4, I think we could sneak it. It depends on the Arsenal. It depends on the Arsenal much. I don't know. I'm going to have to back Spurs just because it makes sense. Might get 2-1.
I'll tell you who's not backing us at the moment. We got just under 300 across all platforms and 44 likes. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't already. And tonight, Grumpy Old Reds is at 8:30, and we've got the legend Uti coming on. I'm sure you lot know Uti, and make sure you subscribe to his channel because I will be checking to see that you guys subscribe. So you're going for a draw, Mo?
No, I mean, I just go with my heart. Go with Spurs. Don't care. We need to beat them. So, and it's Poch as well, just to add to it. So
I think you beat them 3-1.
I've gone 2-1.
I'm thinking 3-1. Is that the last one? Okay, so it begins now, ladies and gents. This is it. Tonight, Grumpy Old Reds. Tomorrow, watch along. Wolves against Luton. What has my life come to, man? What has my life come to? And then Sunday, Forest against Man City. The Rebel City takes on the 115. I don't know. We'll be back in a couple of hours on Grumpy Old Reds with Uti, the legend. Can't wait to hear if you haven't seen his videos on the corruption, go and watch his videos. Go onto the Grumpy Old Reds stream. The link's pinned in the title there. Go check it out. But it's going to be one hell of a stream with Uti on there. Thank you to everyone who's donated towards the PC fund. We will be back in a couple of hours. Please do hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. If you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure to give it a 5-star review, and we'll see you in a couple of hours. Come on, you Reds.